Sabrina, and today we're going to make a topiary for your doll. I'm going to be using a pre-made kissing ball because it's still fairly inexpensive and I think it makes for a simple and still really elegant and pretty craft. However, if you want to make your own kissing ball, you can use silk flowers pushed into a styrofoam ball using straight pins. For supplies, we're going to start out with a already made 5-inch kissing ball, also sometimes known as a Ball Pomander. I got this one on Etsy from BloomingMoonDesign. You'll also need some florist's foam, and I'm going to be using a cone because it's nice to cut to the shape of the pot, but as you can see in this pot, you can really just use any shape of foam and just kind of jam it in. You'll also need a pot. This is a 3-inch pot that I got from Michael's, and this is a 2-inch pot, and the size is just entirely up to you. You'll also need a stick, and I'm just going to be using a disposable chopstick, but you could also use a dowel rod or something like that. And to color the stick, you can either paint it like I did for this topiary, or you can use florist tape to wrap it in green. For tools, you're basically just going to need something to cut the dowel rod or the foam. I'm going to be using an Xacto knife, but you can also use scissors. But if you do use scissors, make sure you don't use really nice scissors. For example, do not use sewing scissors because they will dull the scissors blades. So now I'm going to cut my foam down to size. My foam is of the height and width that I'm going to be cutting it along here just underneath the lip of the pot. To do so, I'm going to first mark it with a pen. When you're cutting your foam, it can get a little messy, so I recommend that you either do it over a sheet of paper like this. Now for safety, make sure that you hold the foam with your fingers on the edge and that your knife, it's not actually out all the way, it's probably out about like 3/4 of an inch. You're going to score along the height that you want with the knife, and you don't have to have the knife all the way in. And as you can see, I've gone 1 full revolution. I have this pin here so you can see how many revolutions I've done. And then once you've done 1 full revolution, you can push the knife a little further in and continue on a 2nd revolution. Eventually, the bottom part of the cone will just break off. If you don't have an Xacto knife, I'm going to use the top of my cone to demonstrate how you can do it with scissors. Now I'm going to put the foam into the pot. Now we're going to take the dowel or chopstick and we're going to jam it into the topiary. This is where a chopstick is kind of nice because it's got this nice pointed end, so make sure if you have a chopstick to push in the pointed end. Now we're going to wrap the chopstick or dowel with florist tape. And to wrap with florist tape, you have to pull a little bit in order to get it to stick on. And because I missed the spot down here, I'm just going to wrap my way back down as well. So again, you're going to take your dowel and you're going to push it into the styrofoam, and if it's still too tall, you can push from the Ball Pomander down to make it a little shorter. Hope you enjoy this craft, and thanks for watching.